In this video, I'll be covering my top tips for setting accurate goals in 2021. Hi guys, my name is Harley and welcome to the Premium Property YouTube channel where we provide weekly content for beginners in property. If you're new around here, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like on the video if you do enjoy it so we can get it out there to more young, budding property investors. So setting goals can be quite a daunting task because you don't really know what to expect in terms of what you're going to achieve, and you don't really, especially when you're new in business and you're newly setting up a business, you don't really know what accurate goals are because you have no previous data to go off. You don't know how many, let's take property for example, you don't know how many viewings you need to do to get a deal, and it all depends on your different business circumstances. Like some people might do more viewings, some people might do less viewing, so obviously their ratio is going to be different. So it is hard to set goals, especially when you are new in business. So me and Guy have recently set our goals for 2021, so I just thought I'd share 3 top tips that I learned from this process of setting our goals, because it really is our first proper year as a proper business. Last year we did have goals, but they weren't accurate at all and we didn't really base them off of anything. So yeah, we're by no means any experts and we are still learning, but yeah, I just thought I'd share our tips as a relatively new business to help you guys as well. So tip number 1 then is to work out why you're doing what you're doing. So in order to set accurate goals, you need to really know what you actually want from what your goals are, essentially, what your business is. You need to know what you want from it by the end of the year. So if you take me and Guy, for example, our main sort of why and what we both want by the end of 2021 is to be able to be full-time in property. And obviously the reason why we want that is for the freedom and the choices that it allows us with our time. So yeah, we obviously want to be full-time in the business, and then once you've worked out that why and what you want, you need to work out exactly what you need to achieve in order to do that. So this could either be obviously an income which you need from your business, it could be the amount of time which you have, it could be the amount of investors that you have, for example. And again, for me and Guy, this is income. So we obviously need a certain level of income to be able to leave our jobs that we're in now and go full-time in the business. So once you've got that sort of target that you need to achieve, that personal target more than anything, then you can work out your main business goal. So obviously for us, it's to be full-time and we need a certain level of income to achieve that. So we worked it out based on that level of income that we need to achieve. We worked out our main business goal, which is to achieve 10 deals sold by the end of 2021. And this will allow us, so if we achieve that average throughout the year, pretty much, this will allow us to leave our jobs and go full time in the business with the income that generates. So that's the first tip, guys. Work out what you want from the business, and then you can work out exactly what targets you need to hit within your business. So tip number 2 then is to work out your goals based on ratios and numbers. So we've already sort of touched on this, and it is hard when you're new because you don't have that data, like I said, but you can't just sort of pluck a number out of thin air and I want to do this many deals, I want to hit this many subscribers on YouTube just because it sounds like it's a good number, because then you have nothing really to measure it against. You don't know whether it's achievable, you don't know whether it's too easy, you don't know whether it's too unrealistic. So you need to make sure that you are basing your goals off numbers and figures. Obviously, if you have the historic data from your business, base your goals on that, on what your previous ratios have been. So obviously the number of viewings to the number of deals, the number of offers to the number of deals, and then you can work out more specific targets. But if you don't have those sort of figures and that data, then what you can do is just use industry standard figures. So that's what me and Guy did, because we are relatively new and we don't have a massive amount of data. So we just use the industry standard of 50 offers to 1 deal. So obviously we want to do 10 deals in 2021. So that would obviously be 50 times 10, which is 500. And to make it easier for ourselves, we just up that to 520, because obviously there's 52 weeks in a year. So that would mean we'd need to be putting 10 offers out a week. So obviously 520 offers in a year sounds really hard to achieve, but when you break your goals down into monthly and weekly targets, and then they become a lot more achievable. And 10 offers a week, we could not easily, but that's an achievable, sustainable target for us to hit. And then obviously from that you can work out your ratios of how many viewings you need to do, and you can sort of work out how many leads you need to get in as well, of property leads, because obviously every property that you analyse isn't going to lead to a viewing, and every viewing that you do isn't going to lead to an offer. So that's essentially what you do. And just to give some background, for our numbers, we've gone for 15 viewings to 10 offers. So that would obviously mean we'd have to do 15 viewings to get 10 offers in. And then obviously in terms of getting the viewings in, we've gone for every 3 properties we analyse, we'll have 1 that is worth viewing. So obviously we would need 45 leads in order to get those 15 viewings, in order to put those 10 offers in every single week. And we did work out they are pretty sustainable numbers, and they're realistic, but they are ambitious goals that will stretch us still. And that is also a key point. Make sure your goals are realistic, but you want them to stretch you as well. So you're being stretched, you're not demotivated by a goal that's massive, but you also know that you can achieve that goal and you're still pushing towards it until the end of the year. So finally then, tip number 3 is to keep it simple. Now, you don't want to be just setting 50 goals and trying to do everything and writing down everything you want to achieve in the year, because at the end of the day you won't achieve it, because 50 goals, you'll be spread too thin, you won't be focusing, you won't have that laser focus. So yeah, it's important really to not set any more than 5 goals, and then you can obviously break it down and focus specifically on those 5 goals and try and keep them in different areas. So obviously for me, I've got 3 financial goals and I've got 2 personal goals which I want to hit for 2021. And that's all I need. I don't need to have these extravagant loads and loads of goals, because yeah, at the end of the day it will keep me demotivated. I won't be able to track my progress well enough, and yeah, I won't be able to stay laser focused. And even so, I've got those 5 goals, and 4 of those goals out of the 5, there's only 1 goal which is the main goal, and the other 4, if I don't achieve that 1 goal, I won't achieve the other 4. So even still, I've got that 1 goal which that's imperative to hit to achieve all of my other goals. So that's going to be the 1 goal which I'm laser focused on for the whole year, and that is to source those 10 deals, and that will feed into the other goals. So obviously let's just give some examples of the goals I've got. So obviously we've got the 10 deals source, which is a financial goal for myself, and then we've got to be full-time in property. Without the 10 deal source, I'm not full-time in property. Grow my investment pot, personal investment pot, to a certain figure. So again, if I don't go full-time in property and earn that income, I won't grow my investment pot by that much. And then I've got 2 personal goals as well, which again, if I don't hit my business goal to source 10 deals, I won't achieve those personal goals. So like I said, guys, you need to make sure you really need 1 goal which is all of your focus goes towards. Everything you do is pushing you towards that goal. And if you've got sort of 2 businesses, obviously you can have 2 main goals for those businesses. But yeah, really, you only need about 5 goals, and one of those goals has to be your main goal. The other goals sort of feed into that. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Keep it simple, guys. Make sure you have laser focus, because then you'll get the best results. So guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope it's helped you gain some clarity on how to set your goals, especially if you are new in business or property. And I really hope it's sort of helped you to visualize and help you set realistic, achievable and sort of accurate data driven goals, because at the end of the day they're the best goals and that's how you're going to track your progress. So yeah, like I said guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like, and if you are new around here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, we'll see you next week for another piece of premium property content.